Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. You know you're here because you want to get to the bottom of things, learn quickly and
All
efficiently.
right.
And that's what we're all about. So today, we're going deep on something I think you've probably seen before, maybe even have in your house right now,
Yeah.
Castile soap.
Like,
This single product we found out from the J.C Epiphany limited insert
mhm.
that you sent us can be used for a ton of different things.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. When you sent over that material, I was like, wow, this is pretty versatile stuff. What we're hoping to do in this deep dive is really break down the most practical ways and even some of the unexpected ways that
Yeah.
Castile soap can really simplify your life from your personal care routine
Yeah.
all the way to household tasks and even beyond that.
Okay, so let's start with something that we all do every single day,
Yeah.
keeping ourselves clean. The insert says you can use Castile soap directly on your hands, hair, and body. Pretty basic, right?
Yeah, that is pretty fundamental. And that really speaks to the nature of Castile soap. At its heart, it's a soap made from vegetable oils.
Yeah.
And so it's a pretty straightforward cleanser. But what gets interesting is how those fundamental properties really allow for all of this diverse
Yeah.
application.
Yeah.
Think about how soap works.
Yeah.
Generally, you have molecules that can grab onto both water and oils,
Yeah.
which helps to lift dirt away. Castile soap does this really effectively.
Yeah.
And because it's plant-based and doesn't have a lot of the harsh synthetic detergents in it,
Right.
it tends to be more gentle.
That gentleness seems to be really important, especially when we look at the next use for it as shaving cream.
Yeah,
Apparently, just lathering it up with wet hands is enough for a shave on your face, underarms, and legs.
right.
That's one less product to clutter up your bathroom.
Absolutely. And because it doesn't have all of those hard chemicals that are often
Yeah.
found in conventional shaving creams, it can be a really good option if you find those products irritating. The lather provides the lubrication you need to get a nice, smooth shave.
All right, so this next one sounds like a fun little DIY project, a facial cleanser.
Okay.
The insert says you can mix a quarter cup of Castile soap with some distilled water in a foaming dispenser. But then it gets interesting. You add 5 drops each of tea tree and frankincense essential oils.
That's nice. What I think is really smart about this is you're leveraging the basic cleansing action of the Castile soap, and then you're able to layer in the potential benefits of those essential oils.
Yeah.
Tea tree oil
Right.
is often noted for its antimicrobial properties. Frankincense is traditionally associated with some skin benefits. Diluting the Castile soap is really important because a concentrated soap
Mm-hmm.
might be a little bit too strong for the skin on your face.
And for those times when our feet need a little bit of extra love,
Yeah.
there's a recipe for a foot scrub. And this involves combining sugar Castile soap, coconut oil, and peppermint essential oil. It's 1 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of soap, 2 of the coconut oil, and then 4 drops of the peppermint.
Wow, that sounds refreshing.
It does sound like a good way to get rid of all that dry skin.
It does. The sugar acts as a gentle abrasive to exfoliate those dead skin cells. The Castile soap cleanses. The coconut oil provides that much-needed moisture. And the peppermint oil just adds that extra refreshing, invigorating element. That can be really soothing for tired feet. You can see how the different ingredients really work together
Yeah.
to address a specific need.
Okay, this next one is a little bit unexpected. Dental care. The insert mentions using 1 drop of Castile soap, 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, and a tiny bit of coconut oil on your toothbrush, with a very clear warning: do not swallow.
Yeah, that's an important one. This is certainly less conventional, and that warning is absolutely crucial. Castile soap is not meant to be ingested
Right.
in very small amounts.
Yeah.
It can act as a cleanser in the mouth. The peppermint oil gives you that familiar minty, clean feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and the coconut oil can add a bit of smoothness. But it's really important to say again,
Yeah.
this is for cleaning your teeth, not for swallowing.
Okay, so external use only.
Exactly.
Let's shift gears here and talk about keeping our homes clean. For washing dishes, the insert says you can use Castile soap full strength, and for those really stubborn stuck-on bits, a good soak is recommended.
This really speaks to the soap's ability to break down grease
Hmm.
and food particles, which is what you need when you're cleaning your dishes. Using it undiluted gives you that concentrated cleaning power
Hmm.
right where you need it.
Right.
Soaking lets the soap have a bit more time to work on those really tough residues, making them easier to remove.
Now, who needs an entire cabinet full of cleaning sprays
Right.
when you can make your own all-purpose cleaner? The recipe here is simple. It's a quarter cup of Castile soap mixed with 1 quart of warm water. They even suggest adding lemon or tea tree oil for an extra cleaning boost.
That's nice. This is where you can really see the versatility
Yeah.
of Castile soap as a base for your own DIY cleaning solutions.
Uh,
By adjusting the concentration with water and then incorporating some other natural ingredients that are known for their cleaning or scent properties, you can customize your cleaner without having to rely on those harsh synthetic chemicals.
and they give us some general guidelines for diluting Castile soap,
But they do.
from a ratio of 1 part soap to 40 parts water for light cleaning, all the way to using it full strength for the really heavy-duty greasy messes. That flexibility is so practical.
It is. It gives you that power to adapt your cleaning
Yeah.
to the specific task at hand.
Mm.
So for a light wipe down, a very diluted solution is sufficient and it's economical, but then when you have a tougher job,
Right.
you can up that concentration to get a little more cleaning power.
What about floors? The dilution here is super high in water.
Okay.
99% water.
Wow.
That's just 2 tablespoons of soap per gallon of water. It sounds gentle, but still effective.
Yeah, I mean, that high water content is key for floor cleaning.
Yeah.
You just want enough soap to lift the dirt and the grime without leaving a film that might make the floor slippery.
Right.
This dilution aims to strike that perfect balance. So you get the clean, but you're not worried about leaving a lot of residue behind.
This glass cleaner recipe is also interesting. It combines half a cup of white vinegar, 2 teaspoons of liquid Castile soap, and 2 cups of warm water. You wipe it dry with newspaper or static-free cloth, and you get a nice streak-free
And
shine.
vinegar is so good at cutting through streaks and hard water stains. And the small amount of Castile soap helps to lift any of the dirt or grease that might be on the glass.
Well.
The newspaper or a static-free cloth, that's like a tried and true method for avoiding lint and getting that crystal clear, streak-free finish.
Right.
Just remember to give the mixture a good shake before each use, because the oil and water-based ingredients can separate over time.
Moving into the bathroom, the insert suggests using Castile soap full strength on bathroom surfaces and tiles. Soaking can help with tougher grime.
Right.
It seems like letting the soap sit and do its work is kind of a theme here.
It is. Allowing the Castile soap to sit on that soap scum mildew or other bathroom buildup gives it a chance to really penetrate and break down those deposits so they're much easier to scrub away.
They also have a trick for a quick tub scrub. You mix 1/3 Castile soap with 2/3 water in a spray bottle, then sprinkle some baking soda in your tub and spray that mixture on.
Oh.
That interaction between the two must really help to lift up that dirt.
It does. The baking soda is alkaline.
Mm.
When you combine that with the soap, it creates this gentle, abrasive action that helps to scrub away grime without being too harsh on the tub. Having it in the spray bottle makes it really easy to apply evenly.
And then for just quick touch-ups in the toilet, a few drops of Castile soap in the bowl, followed by a quick brush and a flush. It's so simple, but it's got to be effective.
Yeah, it's a convenient way to keep your toilet bowl fresh
Right.
and prevent those little bits of buildup. The soap helps to clean the surface, and the flushing action removes the residue.
All right, let's talk laundry.
Okay.
The insert says you can use 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of Castile soap per standard 6 to 8 pound load. That seems pretty economical.
It can be because Castile soap is concentrated.
Yeah.
You don't need a ton of it to get your clothes clean. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that Castile soap tends to work best in soft water.
Mm.
If you have hard water, you might find that adding a water softener,
Right.
like borax, can improve the cleaning effectiveness and prevent any residue from building up on your clothes.
That's a good tip. And then for those inevitable fabric stains,
Yeah.
they have a stain remover recipe. It's 1 cup of water, 1/8 of a cup of liquid soap, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a tablespoon of white vinegar, all mixed together in a spray bottle. You spray it on the stain and gently blot it. That seems like a good first line of defense.
It is. I mean, this combination of ingredients is designed to tackle different types of stains. The soap will help to lift any oily or greasy residues. The baking soda can help to absorb odors and lift certain types of stains. And the vinegar can help to break down some of the discoloration. The blotting is crucial because you don't want to rub and spread the stain further into the fabric.
Okay, we've covered a lot inside the house. Let's step outside for some of these other uses.
Right.
First up, our furry friends. The instructions for washing pets are simple. You wet their coat, massage in a small amount of lathered soap, and then rinse. You can even add a squirt to the wash water.
That gentle nature of Castile soap makes it a really good choice for washing your pets. It cleans their fur effectively without stripping away too much of their natural oils, which can lead to dry skin.
Right.
Lathering the soap in your hands before you apply it can help to distribute it more evenly through their coat.
This next one is something I think we could all benefit from, rinsing fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
The insert says to add just a squirt of Castile soap to a sink full of water. Apparently, this can help to remove most chemical
Hey,
residues.
this is a good one.
Yeah.
While it's not a substitute for thoroughly washing your produce, adding that little bit of Castile soap to the rinse water can help to lift and remove any surface residues, waxes, potential contaminants
Mm.
that might be on your fruits and vegetables. Just make sure you rinse them really well afterwards with plain water so that there's no soapy residue left behind.
And finally, for anyone with a garden pest spray, the
Okay.
dilution is 1 to 2 tablespoons, which is about 23 milliliters per liter of water, or 4 to 6 tablespoons per gallon. Put that in a spray bottle and use it on your plants. It's got to be a more natural alternative to harsher pesticides out there.
It is. The soap can help to disrupt the outer layer of certain soft-bodied insects, which can lead to their dehydration. It's generally considered a much more environmentally friendly option.
Yeah.
However, as with any treatment, it's always wise to test it
Right.
on a small area of a plant first, just to make sure, so it doesn't have any unwanted effects.
Wow, going through all of that based on this insert, I'm kind of blown away by the number of things that you can do with just one bottle of Castile soap.
Yeah, it's really quite remarkable.
From personal hygiene to household cleaning
Yeah.
to uses out in the garden, it really is a versatile product.
It is. It really highlights the effectiveness and adaptability of a very simple plant-based product. I think Castile soap offers a really great way to potentially simplify
Yeah.
your cleaning and personal care routines, which can help to reduce the number of specialized products that you need to have in your home.
So having explored all of these uses for Castile soap, here's something for you to consider. Thinking about its fundamental properties as a gentle but effective cleanser and degreaser, what other unexpected applications might Castile soap have in your daily life? Take a moment to think about its core capabilities, and you might just discover some new ways to simplify things for yourself. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.